Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Talisha, also known as CreativiTeeByT, and happy Sunday to you. I hope everyone's doing well and is safe during these multiple winter storms. We have a winter storm here, so it's super cold, super snowy, but hey, we're still here to talk about sewing. So anyway, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a recent pattern haul. When Simplicity first opened up their sales for with the new ownership, I quickly went to the website. I ordered several different patterns. I ordered from Butterick, Simplicity, and Vogue. So I've got quite a few to share with you and a couple more that I want to pick up later, but for right now I'm going to share with you what I picked up. And so I'm going to go ahead, head over to the sewing table, share with you what I picked up, and you can let me know along the way which patterns you have, if you've picked them up already, or which ones you've had your eye on and which ones you like. All right, so without further ado, let's go over to this sewing table and I will share with you my haul. Okay, so the first pattern that I picked up is Simplicity 3164. This is an easy to sew pattern, and I picked it up because it is a pinafore. It is absolutely adorable, and I am a pinafore girl hands down. I like how the model is wearing it in this gray. I love this red look like right here. I love this denim look right here. There's 3 different views, so they all pretty much look the same, except for there's a difference with the pockets. So this view right here, view A, does not have pockets. This one has these squared, your traditional patch pockets with the little button up top, and then you have these type of patch pockets right here that like come at an angle. And I like all the views. I honestly don't have a preference as to which one I would sew, except for I think I would want one with a pocket. The pocket does make it a little bit more casual in my opinion, so if you didn't want it to look as casual, you could just make this view. However, I'm a hat girl as well. You can always make a hat, and this dresses up the whole entire outfit. So here is the line art in the back, and the fabric suggestions are cotton twill, medium weight denim, tweed, and wool suiting. It does have a lining for this pattern as well. This pattern also has side seam pockets. And again, this is Simplicity 3164. The next pattern that I picked up is Simplicity 3168, and the description is Mrs. Jacket with adjustable capelet. So as you can see, view A is just a regular denim jacket, and then your view B and your view C has your adjustable capelet on this. So this is a capelet that you can take on and off. There's buttons at the collar here that you can see on these jackets where you can take that off. So I thought that was pretty nice, and I think it's very classy overall. The view that I like best is view C here. I like how the capelet is a little bit more like, well, I guess the shape is the same, but it's the length. It's the length here that I'm liking. But yeah, it looks just like a cropped cape type of jacket, and that's what I like about it. And I also like that it's not in denim, although, you know, most people will go for the denim. I feel like I would go for a look more like this one. So let's go ahead and look at the line art in the back. So here is the line art in the back, and so this is your plain view right here. This is your view with the shorter cape, which is super cute, and then this is the longer cape, and the suggested fabrics are chino, corduroy, denim, satin, and twill, and it also has a lining, so cotton blends, polyester blends for that. And yeah, I just think it's so cute. And then, you know, if you don't have like a denim jacket already, this will be a good one to get, because you're going to get your sew along from Mimi G that she always provides by scanning this barcode right here. So if you've had trouble with sewing denim jackets or sewing denim in general, she's going to give you tips along the way, and then you get these different looks. And so you can wear this for, you know, going to your games and, you know, just little different casual events, and then you can dress it up by throwing on your little capelet. So yeah, super nice. This is Simplicity 3168, and this was just newly released. The next one is Simplicity 3166, and this description is Mrs. Cowl neck tops with a lengthened sleeve variations. This, how could you not get this one, right? I had to get it. This is something that you can wear for all seasons because you have your sleeveless version, which is what the model is wearing right here, and there's another version of a sleeveless, except for it doesn't cut in as deep as this one and cutting into the shoulder. So this is really cut in almost like a razorback, I should say, like more like a razorback. Cut in, and this is like a normal sleeveless look, but then you have your, you know, your seam lines right here. I thought that was very unique. And then you have the look that you would wear for right now, late fall, winter, early spring. This is what you'll be wearing. So I thought this was super nice. Also, like the winter holidays are coming up, so like Christmas and New Year's, I felt like this look up here, view A, would be a very nice and sharp look for that as well with the right fabric. So let's go ahead and look at the fabric suggestions and the line art. So here is the line art, and the line art is very unique, meaning that it's not the same for all views, which people would probably think that it would be. But this one, it's a halter view for view A. So this is like the neck up here, then you have that space because it just, you know, wraps around the back like that. But view B, you have a normal coverage, and view C's coverage is the same. So just know that if you make view A, you're going to be wearing a strapless bra, no bra at all. But it is so super cute. And the suggested fabrics are going to be your chalet, charmeuse, crepes, and your stable knits. And it does have an invisible zipper as well. And then you're going to have some buttons for views A, B, and C for the neckline, the back of the neck. So yeah, super cute. I don't know if you all were able to look at my fabric haul, but I recently purchased some fabric from Lyrical Fabric, and it actually looks very similar to this. I don't think I'll be using it for this. I actually like these solid color looks right here, but yeah, it's super cute. And this is again Simplicity 3166. So this next look is Simplicity 3167. This is another Mimi G pattern, and the pattern description is Mrs. Off the Shoulder top and trousers. I picked it up for the top. Mimi has put out a pattern like this in the past, like when I first started sewing there. She had a dress that was made like this at the top, and then, you know, it just kind of like formed to your body. But that was a long time ago. I can't fit that, and I gave that dress away. So I just figured, you know, why not support her and pick it up again. I will not be making the trousers, at least not that I can see in my future. I prefer to make trousers that have elasticated waist or flat front, elastic back, or just one that just has like a zipper in the front without the placket. I'm just not into that right now. But the top was super cute, and that is why I purchased. And so this pattern, because it was made or designed, I should say, and sewn by Mimi G, you also have this barcode right here that you can scan for a sew along. So if you do need help with these trousers, or to, you know, to make the front fly, you will have a sew along here, and she'll walk you through it. And so I do understand that. I'm just not interested in the front fly right now. So let's go ahead and look at the line art in the back. And here is the line art right here. You have your view A, the top, which is why I purchased it, and then your trousers right here. And so it has this little pocket thingy in the back, and the suggested fabrics are stretch knits only, such as bamboo, interlock, ITY, jersey, and rib knit for view A, which is the top, and then view B, your broadcloth, cotton blends, gabardine, lightweight denim, linen blends, stretch wovens, twill, and wool blends. And you do need a little bit of interfacing for the pants as well, I'm assuming, for the waistline or waistband. But yeah, super cute. Now I believe that if this pattern was released with only view A, it would be listed as like easy to sew, because this top is extremely easy to sew. So if nothing else and you just want to support Mimi or simplicity in general, I would get it for the top. And if you just want to learn more skills in making these types of pants, you can get it for the pants and follow along with the sew along. So again, this is Simplicity 3167. The next pattern that I got is Simplicity 3173, and the pattern description for this is Mrs. Men's and Kids knit hoodies and pants. And so I do have hoodie patterns for myself, but I actually picked up this pattern for my children. They have a hoodie pattern, but it's like a woven hoodie pattern, and I wanted to make sure that I had something for them that where I could just whip up something really quick in like a fleece or something for them to have a hoodie, you know, just in general for this winter. My children love to sit around with their robes on, so I just figured this would be another option, especially with the much fleece that I have in my stash. And you know, who can't use another pair of lounge pants? That is a bonus, but I really purchased this for the children's pattern sizes for the hoodies. It is an easy to sew pattern, so if you wanted to make something for the holiday, you know, like a lot of people make like Christmas outfits, you could just make some hoodies and some pajama pants. This would be a perfect pattern. Again, it's easy to sew. So let's go ahead and look at the line art in the back. Super simple, traditional as far as hoodies, and the suggested fabrics are going to be stretch knits only, such as bamboo, cotton knit, French terry, ponte, sweatshirting, and waffle knit. View B, which are the pants, you can make those in broadcloth, cotton blends, flannel, gingham, and seersucker. And so yeah, just real basic. It looks like there's pockets for the pants, so that's a bonus as well. So yeah, very simple pattern, but one that could get a lot of use. Simplicity 3173. So this next one is one that has been going around for some time and really isn't a good pattern for the season, but I went ahead and picked it up just because of how Simplicity had the first sale. This is purchased during that first sale, and with me not being familiar how the sales were going to run, I just thought, let me go ahead and get it now. So this is Simplicity 3108. This is something that I would make in the spring and summer as far as the vest is concerned. And I did purchase a Butterick pattern that was similar, but it was more like rounded, but I like the shape of this vest right here, and I also like this skirt, even though I have some patterns like this, but it, you know, it doesn't hurt to have it. So that's why I purchased this. I purchased this for this vest mainly, and it's a really classy look. This is something that I could definitely wear to work or dress up to church, and you can even wear it with jeans and just, you know, give it a whole fashion type look. So this is nice. The pants, I don't like this type of a pocket where you see the exposed fabric. That's not my favorite. I actually just made a dress, the Know Me dress for my Thanksgiving look, and it has those type of pockets, and I knew that going in, but for whatever reason it's just not my favorite look. But so for these pants, I would not make them, but this is good enough to with the pattern, having the skirt and the jacket. But it's so nice. I love the princess seams, I love the pockets, I like the buttons, I love the, you know, rounded neckline. So I'll definitely be making this. And so here is the line art in the back. You know, also the shape, I'm not very shapely. I don't have wide hips. I don't, you know, I'm more of a straight up and down when it outside of my chest. So I like the shape that this helped give me. And so the suggested fabrics is vocal, cotton twin, denim, and linen blends. You do need interfacing as well. Like I said, the pants are not bad. It's just not my favorite style of pants. There's also nice seaming into the skirts to give it a more flow. And again, this is Simplicity 3108. Okay, so now we have this pattern here, Simplicity 3180, and the description is bags in one side with a crossbody and a pouch. And so I picked this up because I'm not sure if you all are familiar with the 31 brand, but I have had this 31 bag since it was gifted to me when I was pregnant with my 7-year-old as a diaper bag, and I have just worn that thing down. And then when I didn't need it anymore for a diaper bag, I use it as my camera bags, because I have about 4 cameras that I take around with me when I go to places. And so I have worn that down, and now I want a new one, but I need to make sure that it is sturdy, and I can make sure that it's sturdy if I make it myself, and without having to purchase like another 31 bag. So that is why I got this pattern. In my opinion, this is like the perfect style of bag. I don't want a bunch of compartments in the inside. I want it to be open and free, because that's kind of how I use the 31 bag. But I do like these pockets here in the front and also on the sides. I'm not sure if it's in the back. Let's look in the back. No, it's not in the back, but that's okay, because I don't need that in the back. But here's your line art in the back for that bag. Views A and B, and here is your belt bag right here, and then this is your pouch. If you look at this again, I also make a lot of these different like little pouch bags. I don't usually have a flap like this one, but I'm not opposed to it. But yeah, I like making these because they're just easy. Like if I'm not making my wristlets, I'll make a bag like this, or a little crossbody like this. You can use nice fashionable fabrics, and that'll work out if you're a person that likes to make things from markets during the holidays, or just market sales in general. This would be a nice bag to make in holiday fabric and things like that, and you could gift that, a nice holiday gift as well. Same with these bags, and the belt bag as well, but I mostly got it just with the camera bag in mind, but I also love this one as well. So again, this is Simplicity 3180. And then I picked up, of course, an apron pattern. I can't make a purchase of patterns without picking up an apron. This is Simplicity 3181. This is a newer apron pattern by Simplicity, and there's so many cute views. There's like a heart-shaped area for like the bodice, the bib, I should say, in this view. And then you have your 3 tiers, so you could actually use up scraps for this. I thought that was nice. There's adult and children pattern, so I believe that is the description, Mrs. and Children's aprons. And so this one has the bib, the neck strap, and the 3 tiers. But if you don't want the bib and the neck strap, you can make this view down here, where it's just the 3 tiers. They've used rickrack as trim around the hemline here, and so that's cute as well. Even though these are 2 super cute views, I did purchase it for this view here, which is view C. And this is just a one piece of fabric with some patch pockets and a little bit of ruffle at the bottom with this neck strap. And the reason why is because it's just a simple sew and very, very quick, and fast. And sometimes when it comes to the kitchen, that's all I need, because I am like messy when I'm doing my baking and a lot of my cooking. This would be more of a style that I would gift to someone, and then this one would be the same, because this is not going to keep me clean in the kitchen, but it's cute, So yeah, view C here is the pattern of choice for me in this envelope. Super cute. And let me share with you the line art. So here's the line art in the back, and so as you can see, the heart-shaped bib here with the skirt, and here this is without the bib and the neck strap, and the neck strap does tie in the back, so that's something to keep in mind. I prefer that so that I can adjust it the way I need to. And then this is the view that I will be making, and see how simple it is. I'm sure you just kind of like cut it on the fold, and that's it. It's not showing the pockets here, maybe because this is the back side, I'm not sure, but yeah, it's a very simple, easy to sew, and it does say easy here on the pattern, and it also says easy to sew down here at the very bottom of the pattern. So yeah, if you're are into aprons, this is also something that you could sew up for markets. I would suggest getting this pattern, and if nothing else, you could make view C. That's the easiest one, but none of the views are going to be hard to make. And let's see, out of the largest size, view C only takes like 1.5 yards, yeah, and 5/8 for the ruffle. So yeah, not too much fabric, and I think it's so cute. And you know, this is like contrast, and these two, you know, different styles, you can definitely use different fabrics and use up scraps. So again, this is Simplicity 3181. And then the last Simplicity pattern I got is one that has been out for some time, one that I could have actually picked up from Joann's when they were in business and going out of business, but I did not, because I didn't know how to crochet. I did not know how to crochet back then, and I have since learned how, and I really love it. I have been enjoying it. And my sewing buddy Martika, she knows how to crochet, and we have just been really hyping each other up with some things, me being unrealistic because I don't know how to crochet like that. I just basically kind of learned, and but I just figured, you know, as I learn more and learn how to do these granny squares, I would love to incorporate it and make something like this bag or make this cardigan right here. So that's the reason why I picked this up. This will be a future project. And if you want to see any of my crochet work, look here. This was the first type of thing I learned how to make. This is a purple pumpkin, but I made them in all colors. And then I'm currently like using one for my pin cushion, even though you can't see it right here. But I made a blue one for my pin cushion because the sand in my red tomato burst and I had sand everywhere. And so yeah, so I'm loving having this new little hobby. Not that I need to be buying anything else, but here's one thing. And I have made beanies as well, so and just a couple of other things, beginner projects. But yeah, that's the reason why I purchased this pattern, to kind of coordinate with that. So this was the last of the Simplicity patterns. Let me share with you the line art here, just in case you're interested and you have double hobbies as well. So here's the line art, and the suggested fabrics are going to just be your cotton types and linen types. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next set of patterns, and this again is Simplicity 9633. All right, so for the next pattern that I have, this is the Vogue pattern, and this is Vogue 2134, and the pattern description is Mrs. and Women's Petite Funnel Neck Shirts and with sleeve variations. So I really like this style. I have a Simplicity that I picked up that I haven't made anything with, but this and it looks very similar, but this pattern right here is different enough for me to have picked it up, and I think I like this one better. I also like this style of the top. This one looks more like the Simplicity one, but I also like this style of top as well. And I do have some fabric that looks like this. To me, this looks like a faux leather. I had picked some up last year, and I believe it's burgundy. It's either burgundy or like a camel, but I have something that I could in my stash that I can make this with, and that's the reason why I picked it up. Love the style. It's different. It's not like your typical top, but this is like me. This is my style. And so let's go ahead and look at the line art here. This is the line art. If you can see it, it's on the left side and not the right. And so description is a funnel neck top that has short or long sleeve and darts in the neckline and back zipper closure. So there's a back zipper, and view has a barrel shaped sleeve and top stitch details. The fabric suggestions are cotton blends, denim, faux leather, wool crepes, and then there's a lining as well, and interfacing. Here's your shaping guide down here. I fall into the first category. So yeah, as you can see, maybe you can see the line art a little bit better like this, but this is an average pattern, and the only thing I worry about sometimes with patterns like this is, you know, just if it's gonna stand up the way it should. And because I've had some vintage patterns that were designed like this that really didn't stand up, so I just have to make sure that I put enough interfacing where it needs to go to make sure that it actually keeps its shape. So yeah, that's the only struggle I have with these type of patterns, and honestly just sourcing the fabric that it takes to get this type of look as well, now that I don't have a Joanne. So but because I have some in my stash, I went ahead and purchased this. So again, this is Vogue 2134. I do think it's a very chic, classy look. Nobody's gonna look like you in this, okay? And again, this is Vogue 2134. Now this is the last Vogue that I picked up. This is Vogue 2090, and the pattern description for this one is Mrs. Tops with sleeve variation. This is a style of pattern that Vogue continues to repeat. They just kind of change up the bodice a little bit, but it's also a style of pattern that I enjoy, which is why I continue to get the different variations of it. What drew me to this pattern was this sheer one right here. Although you won't see me like wearing a whole lot of things that are sheer, I do like this look and how it's contrast with the solid at the neckline and at the cuff and the hem of the top. And so that's the reason why I purchased this pattern. And I think it's elegant, something that you could dress up really nice. I like how she's dressed it up with the pants. I would probably do the same. So let's go ahead and look at the line art in the back. And so here is your line art on the left hand side, and the fabric suggestions are going to be charmeuse, chiffon, crepe de chine, georgette, and val, and there is interfacing that you would use with this as well. Again, the view that I prefer is view A, but I'm not opposed to making view B as well. And for every body shape is recommended for this pattern. And again, this is Vogue 2090. Okay, so I picked up this Butterick pattern, and the reason why I didn't pick up this Butterick pattern when it first came out is because I already had the Butterick pattern that was in the brown, which I thought was very similar to that. Not only is it very similar to the Butterick pattern that I already picked up, it's also very similar to the Simplicity pattern that I just shared with you earlier. This one right here, as you can see, the vests look very similar, but there is a bit of a difference. This sleeve right here kind of goes out a little bit. I can't think off the top of my head what that style of like sleeve is, but that is the difference between this one and that. Both of the patterns both have the princess seams. This one does not have the pockets down here like this one has, and this one has like the placket that it's kind of like doubled over. This one is just like a straight general, you know, basic placket. And I also like the belt in this pattern, which is not included in this pattern. This one has a wide leg pant, and it does not have a placket. There's just an invisible zipper here. This one doesn't have a placket either, but I don't care for these type of pockets, and these are like the normal pockets, and these flare out just a little bit wider. So those small differences are big enough differences for me to just purchase a whole new pattern. And that is the reason why I picked up this Butterick pattern. I'm loving this look. There is the Darkest Hot has made this, and it looks so fabulous on her. Anyone that makes this, you know, I believe it would look fabulous because it's such a classy pattern. And so I picked it up for that reason. My profession does call for like dressing more like this, and so it's great to have as in my stash for when I need to make something. And so here is the line art in the back, and the suggested fabrics are crepe, jacquard, linen blends, and wool suiting. It doesn't mention cotton, but you could definitely make this up in a cotton for sure. So here is that line art. And let me see, the rating on this pattern is average, yeah, and I would agree. This is not going to be your you know, zip on the sewing machine, but you are going to get a fabulous look in the end. And again, this is Butterick 7028. Picked up another Butterick right here, and this is Butterick 7061. So classy. This is another one that is great for work wear, and you get 4 views with this one. You get your 2 tops, so you have a short sleeve top, a long sleeve top or jacket, and you have your skirt and your pants. Look at these cuffs. Look at these cuffs. I love that. Now it does have a front fly, which I'm not a fan of, but I could hack this bottom and do this on a different pair of pants. And so cute. Now I didn't read the description, so let me read it real quick. This is Mrs. and Miss Petite jacket with sleeve variation, skirts and pants. So I actually missed this pattern when I completed the order, and I was talking with Martika of Martika Made J Makes, and she was like, did you get Butterick 7061? And I looked and I was like, oh my goodness, I completely missed the whole entire release of Butterick patterns. I don't know how I did that, but you already know what I did. Went back, clicked, ordered. Okay, this is so nice. This is cute. I love it. I love this jacket, and I love this skirt. This skirt is timeless right here. Like, just, it's a waistband with the gathered skirt, zipper in the back, and pockets. Like, this will never go out of style. You can shorten it if you don't want it as long, but yeah, it's a very classy look. Again, another great pattern for work wear, church, or just every day, depending on the fabric that you use. So let's go ahead and look at the line art in the back. This pattern is rated as average, and I would agree with that. So here's the line art. You've got your 2 different views for your jacket, you've got your skirt, and you've got your pants. Oh, those pants, I'm crushing on that cuff. I love it. The suggestion fabrics are going to be your poplin, sateen, twill, and wool blends, and that's for both views. Okay, so again, this is Simplicity 7061. Another pattern that I did not see because I just missed the whole entire Butterick release was this one right here. This is Butterick 7056, and I just love this type of top. And I don't know if I was in the store and I saw a top like this, or if I saw something on TV, but this is trending. This is trending. Wherever I saw it, I thought in my mind, okay, Simplicity, they're up on the trends, which they always are. But I just like this top. I like this cowl neck. So let's go ahead and look at the line art. And so here is your line art right here, and the description is Mrs. Cow neck blouse with sleeve variation, and the suggested fabrics are challis, charmeuse, cotton blends, crepe de chine. It does have a little bit of interfacing, and for this I would make both views, and I don't see how it would drape as well with cotton blends. Maybe a cotton poplin would be okay with that. But yeah, this is super cute, and I just love it. My preference would be to make this in like a crepe back satin. I think this black or make it in a gold for the holidays for a crepe back satin would be super nice. So again, this is Butterick 7056. Love this. And then I picked up Butterick 7071. I'm not really sure how long this one has been out, but I missed it. So when I was going back through the Butterick, after I realized I had missed those patterns, I've come up on this one, and a lot of the retro Butterick patterns I cannot fit in the bust, but this one I could, and it wasn't like the biggest size, so I was impressed by that. The waist was the right measurement as well, and I was excited because I love these pussy bow type of patterns and tops, which I know some people are not into the trends and the things that are coming out, but Honestly, I don't know how pussy bow tops and blouses ever go out of trend, but it's circling back around according to like the trend police that are on YouTube and talking about it. However, I would have purchased it anyway. I love that there are like 4 styles, and I am here for that. I will be on the lookout looking for all like the fabrics in my stash that I could make every view, and I just think it's so adorable, all the views. If I had to pick a favorite view, I think I would go with this one right here or this one, these two. I'm not really sure, but what I did notice about these tops is these are all like grown on type of sleeves right here, so like there's no set-in sleeves, so it's going to be simple to put together in that aspect. But they are short sleeves. All 4 of the views are short sleeve, so it's not going to be a good pattern for right now if you live in a climate where I live, where we're going through snowstorms. This is Sunday morning that I am recording this, and church was canceled because nobody can get around. Electricity has gone out, which, you know, is another reason why this video is going up late and things like that. But yeah, maybe not great for right now, but time moves so fast, and you know, this would be something you can sew up and get ready for the spring. But anyway, here's the line art right here, and it's just so cute with a pencil skirt. Oh, come on, so adorable. Your suggested fabrics are going to be here: petite broadcloth, crepe, shantung, and sarah. I don't really know what that is. So yeah, here's those views again. Like I said, view A is, or view C probably for me, but this would be, in my opinion, like something that would sew up real easy. This is also, I failed to mention, a vintage pattern reproduction. Okay, so it's not an original, it's a reproduction, but that's okay because you're going to get the same thing. And again, this is Butterick 7071. All right, my sewing friends, so that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this pattern haul, and please let me know which one was your favorite, and if you have picked up any of these patterns, which ones did you pick up and which ones do you plan on making soon. If you enjoyed this video, you already know what I'm getting ready to say. Please take a pause for the cause and click the like button and the subscribe button if you are interested in this type of content. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all stay warm, stay safe in this weather, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.